Tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou katoa. Ko tēnei taku mihi ki ngā mana whenua o te rohi nei. Te atiawa, taranaki whānui. Greetings and welcome, distinguished guests. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge the mana whenua of this place, Te Atiawa Taranaki whānui, and to honour their enduring connection to this whenua. Ko ai ahau, who am I? Ko tangata tiriti ahau, ko Marianne Elliott taku ingoa. My name is Marianne Elliott, and like many of you, I am tangata tiriti. My place of belonging on this whenua, on this land, is grounded in Te Tiriti o Waitangi. I am your co-MC for the night, along with Asia from Afghanistan, who you'll meet soon. Due to a tramping accident, our co-MC from Multicultural NZ was unfortunately unable to be with us. But I'm very honoured to be asked to step in at short notice to facilitate this important gathering. Welcome. I am the descendant of Irish, Scottish, Danish and Swedish Christians who came to Aotearoa in the 1800s. So why am I here to co-MC this Nowruz celebration? More than a decade ago, I had the privilege of living and working in Afghanistan for several years, and since then I have continued to enjoy the friendship of members of the Afghan and Iranian communities here in Aotearoa. Friends who inspire me to be persistent in both my hope and my effort for a more just future for everyone, everywhere. So it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all here to this evening for the second Nowruz gathering and to formally open the procedures for the second time in New Zealand Parliament. We're honoured to have with us today Matthew Tahi. Matthew was born and raised in Te Urewera and has carried his tūhoi heritage with him throughout his life. Trained as an engineer in the Royal New Zealand Navy, he is known as a practical problem solver who balances humility with a deep belief in the knowledge and traditions of his people to navigate a changing world. For over 50 years, he's been dedicated to Māorakau, recently publishing the first of a 3-volume learner's guide based on a style he developed. An advocate of kapahaka, he helped shape the Te Matatini National Festival, and today, as kaumātua at Waiwhetū Marae, he welcomes manuhiri, delivers cultural and tiriti awareness classes, and continues to share his wisdom and skills with unwavering dedication. Matthew, we are deeply grateful for your presence here today, and it's my privilege to invite you now to lead us in a karakia.
Is that me? Sorry. E nā iwi. E nā iwi e pai nei tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Karanga kia rangi nui e tū iho nei, karanga kia papatua nuku e takoto nei. Karanga, tēnā kau ātanata. Tanata Iran, tanata Turk, tanata Afghani, tanata Syrian, tanata Kurd, nā tānata katoa kei roto i tēnei whare, tēnei te mihi kia koutou, tēnei te mihi kia koutou. He putana ariki, he putana tauira ki te whai au, ki te ao marama, turuturu o whiti whakabaua kia tīna, haumi e hui e, tā ki e, hoi anō o tēnā, ko tēnei nā karakia i pakeke mai a hau, he hōnore, he kororia, he mai nā rongo ki te whenua e whakaaro pai ki nā tāngata katoa āmi. E hoa te matua tamo te wairua tapu, tēnei rā te tangi atu kia koe, kia tau mai koe ki wainenui a mātau e hora nei i tēnei pō. Kia hau mai koe au mana ki tana tō wairua tapu, tō wairua aroha, kia mātau, kia hora ai te pai, kia hora ai te aroha, ki runga kia mātou katoa. Ko koe nei hoki tō mātou kai whakaora, kororia ki te ingoa tapu. Āmene. Kia ora koutou.
Ngā mihi nui, Matthew. Thank you for your beautiful karakia. As we gather in remembrance and in reflection, your words bring comfort, grounding, and strength to us all. Tonight, we come together to honour and mark Nowruz, the Persian New Year. Nowruz begins at the spring equinox in the Northern Hemisphere, usually around 21 or 20 March, and it marks the beginning of a new year in the Iranian calendar and has been observed for more than 3,000 years. While it's rooted in Persian heritage, Nowruz is shared across many cultures and regions, including Kurdistan, Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Turkey, Central Asia, and beyond. In the weeks leading up to Nowruz, families prepare by setting the haft scene table, displaying symbolic items that represent renewal, health, prosperity, and hope. During the holiday, families visit one another, younger generations honour their elders, and children receive small gifts known as Eidi as a blessing for the year ahead. This year, however, Nowruz arrives under very difficult circumstances for many people across the world, but particularly in Iran. In recent months, the country has experienced profound turmoil. Across many cities, people protested en masse in their pursuit of freedom, dignity, and justice. In January, these calls were met with internal crackdowns, arrests, and the killing of thousands of protesters. And since the 28th of February, the country has also faced escalating internal tensions and conflicts. Many innocent lives have been lost, and many families remain in uncertainty, grief, and hope for a more peaceful future. Our thoughts are with all those who have been negatively impacted by the events across the Middle East. Our thoughts are with the families who have lost loved ones and those who remain detained or missing, and those who continue to live with fear and instability. We also remember the people of Afghanistan, especially women and girls who continue to face severe restrictions on their rights, education, and freedom. Their resilience reminds us why gatherings like this matter. We extend our heartfelt solidarity to the people of North Syria who continue to endure hardship, displacement, and instability. Our thoughts and compassion are with all those affected by violence and injustice. Despite these painful realities, we gather tonight not only in sorrow, but also in resilience. Nowruz reminds us that even after the darkest winter, spring returns. It is a celebration of renewal, of hope, and of the enduring strength of people and cultures. We draw inspiration from families who honour their loved ones not only with tears, but with courage, reclaiming music, culture, and togetherness as acts of hope. I kindly now invite you all who are able to stand and join me in observing one moment of silence in memory of lives lost. you. Please be seated. I wish to acknowledge the New Zealand Government for providing this opportunity to hold this important cultural event here today, and to thank the public sector staff who've supported us in organising this event. We extend our gratitude to the ministers, Member of Parliament, police and representatives from various ministries, including the Ministry of Social Development and the Ministry for Ethnic Communities, as well as Amnesty International, civil society organisations, and members of the Iranian, Afghan, Kurdish, and wider communities present here this evening. Your presence is deeply valued as we come together in such challenging times. I would like to thank all of the performers here this evening. Asia will shortly introduce them and their performances. And I would also like to acknowledge the dedication and commitment of Dr Hero Modares and Welcome Academy Trust, a Christchurch-based organisation whose hard work has made this evening possible. Please join me in showing your appreciation. She's at the back there. She was hiding at the back, doing all the work. Thank you. And now I would like to invite my friend Asia to introduce this evening's cultural performances and guide us through the program of performances, speeches, and remembrance.
How's everyone feeling tonight? Are we feeling good, guys? Yes. Okay, you can be louder than that. Are we feeling good tonight? Yes. Okay, great. Welcome to the banquet hall. My name is Asia, and I'm originally from Afghanistan. And together with Marianne, I'll be hosting this evening's event. Before we begin, I'll just go through some housekeeping. So, if the fire alarm sounds, please evacuate using the same route you entered on the nearest exit, or follow instructions of security staff and fire wardens. The assembly point is Bogle Park at the rear of Parliament. In the event of a medical emergency, please inform security or venue staff immediately. If an earthquake occurs, please drop, cover, and hold until the shaking stops. Sorry. And as you all entered today, you should have got a visitor's pass. Please keep that on at all times. It's very important. And with your phones, switch it off because we don't want any interruptions during our beautiful event tonight. And toilets are located in the far corner of the hall near the main entrance. And there will be photography and videography happening this whole evening. So if you don't want to be in any of those, please feel free to wear a mask or talk to one of our or whoever's taking the photos and videos that you don't want to be in them. Now, to kick us off, let's watch a short video about Nowruz. Before we play the video, I'd like to briefly share a few words about it. This is a Wellcome Trust Academy-led project developed and delivered by the Academy and directed by Ms. Farzan Jalali. The primary purpose of this program was to help Irani children in New Zealand connect with their culture, hopes, values, and ancestral heritage. Through this initiative, the children explored their identity while actively creating an educational Nowruz resource to be shared with communities. This project brought together Irani children across from Aotearoa, New Zealand, both online and in person, united by culture, creativity, and shared identity. The commitment, teamwork, and passion truly reflect the spirit of Nowruz, renewal, connection, and hope. The video you're about to watch is the result of their dedication and hard work since October 2025. I'd like to sincerely thank Ms. Farzan Jalala for her patience, care, and guidance throughout this journey, and to acknowledge the Wellcome Academy for their supporting and nurturing this meaningful initiative. Should be the video now.
Nunu. sweetie, why do you look so sad?
You know, Kiwi dear, the Persian New Year is almost here. People set a beautiful table called Hassin. They put 7 items on it, and all of them start with the letter S. But my parents are too busy here and full of work. They don't have time to set up the Hassin table.
So your heart wants a Nowruz party.
Yes, last year when we went to Iran, my sweet grandma made a half-seen table. We laughed, we smiled, we had so much fun. But this year, nothing.
You're my best friend, and I won't let you stay sad.
Little Kiwi thought for a while. Then he made a decision. He would prepare a half-seen table no matter what to make Nilu happy. But he didn't know what should go on the table. Little Kiwi set off into the forest to ask the animals. Who knows? Maybe they could help him find out. His first stop was the rabbit's house, who was putting carrots into the basket.
Hello, Rabbit.
Hello.
I'm making a half-seen table for my friend. Do you know what I can put on it besides apples?
Yes, I do. You must put sabza, the green sprouts. Sabza means life and hope. When you see the green sprouts, you remember to grow and get better every day.
Wonderful. Thank you. I will go find some sabza.
Little Kiwi happily went further. He met a deer who was drinking water by the pond.
Hello, dear.
Hello.
Do you know what I can put on the half-seen table?
Of course I do. I'm a wise deer. You should put samanu. It represents patience, but it takes a long time to make. But if you wait, it will become sweet and delicious.
Great. I will go find some samana as well.
Bye.
Little Kiwi was walking on. Then he saw a fox sunbathing on the grass.
Hello, Fox.
Hi.
Do you know what I can put on the half-seen table?
Yes, you can put vinegar. In Persian, they call it sirke. Sirke means strength and patience. If you have patience, hard times will pass and good things will come.
Awesome. I will go find some sirke as well.
Little Kiwi walked on. Is there a butterfly smelling the flower nearby?
Hello, butterfly.
Hi, dear Kiwi.
Do you know what belongs on the half-seen table?
Of course I know. We need to put garlic. In Persian means tea. It means strong when life is hard.
Great. I will go find some syrup. Thank you.
Little Kiwi happily went on. Under a tree branch, he saw a tiger taking a nap.
Hello, tiger.
Yes?
Do you know what else goes on the half-seen table? I've already found sabza, seed, sirke, seed, and samani. Do you know what the next two are?
Yes, I do. I know both. The first one you need to put on the half-seen table is called senjid. Senjid is a sweet dried fruit. It means love and kindness. If you have kindness in your heart, you'll always find good friends.
The other one you need is called Somagaspice. Somagaspice means sunrise and lightning. It reminds us that a bright future is on its way.
That's great. I'll find some Saint-Jude and some more too.
Thank you. Good luck.
Now, all have-seen items have been found. They should be placed neatly on a flat surface.
Man, I swear those kids are better actors than me. I could not do that. That was a very good video. We actually have a little surprise. So we have some of the kids who acted in the video here with us today. So let's welcome them onto the stage. Do you want to take a bow? Unfortunately, the lady who directed this video can't be with us today, Ms. Farzan Jalali. But yeah, you guys saw some of the young actors who were in the video, and I think they did amazing. That was really great. And we'd like to extend our special thanks to our generous sponsors, Mr. Cameron Azimi from Lindy, Dr. Pedram Zawar Raza, General Practitioner at Horn Bay Medical Center in Christchurch, and Adesh Arman from HAP Film. Your support has helped us bring this meaningful initiative to life, and we are deeply grateful. And now it is my honor to introduce our very first speaker for tonight, Belinda Chin, Deputy Chief Executive, Strategic Engagement and Stakeholder Insight. Belinda joined the ministry in August 2021, having previously held leadership roles with the Office of Ethnic Communities. Her career in New Zealand has been across many roles connected to diversity and multiculturalism. These included Strategic Specialist on Ethnic Communities at the State Service Commission, Private Secretary to 2 different ministers with ethnic community portfolios, and Intercultural Advisory Manager at the Office of Ethnic Affairs. Before joining the ministry, she was head of the community engagement at the Royal Commission of Inquiry into Historical Abuse and State Care. Please join me in warmly welcoming Belinda Chin.
I'm going to take my glasses off at a particular age after 50. The eyesights are all going a little bit off kilt. Enga mana, enga reo, enga karanga tangata maha. Tēnā koutou katoa. Sa'al eno mubarak. Hopefully my Farsi kind of stood a bit of test there. If not, please coach me after this session. I would like to first acknowledge our Kaumatua Matthew, who opened this nice karakia for us. A big shout out to Dr. Hero Modares and her team at Welcome Academy Trust, working for the Ministry for Ethnic Communities and the Office for Ethnic Affairs over 20 years. I know such events do not occur easily. There are many wonderful people behind the scenes who have pulled this together. So many thanks to your wonderful volunteers and team. I'd like to also acknowledge, of course, our esteemed members of Parliament, and we have a few here, including Honourable Megan Woods, who will be speaking later in the program, Dr. Melissa Darby, Race Relations Commissioner, Superintendent Rakesh Naidu, a long-time stakeholder and lovely colleague from New Zealand Police, my lovely fellow compatriot from Malaysia, Mr. Pancha Narayanan. Some of you may not know, he's the current National President for Multicultural New Zealand, but Pancha has been with the Federation for Multicultural Councils for years. I would say almost coming up to 20 years, Pancha? Thank you all for the honor to be here on behalf of the Ministry for Ethnic Communities. Our ministry's purpose is quite simple, but it's important. It's here to support ethnic communities to participate fully, to feel included and belonged in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Tonight, as you all know, we gather to mark Nowruz, the acknowledgement of renewal. As mentioned by the lovely MC as well as the speaker before me, it's also observed across many cultures, some of whom are in this room. While Nowruz signaled the arrival of spring and the beginning of a new year, as you can see from the lovely, joyous video that was nicely put together, it reminds us of the universal values we now need more than ever as a human civilization. We need to feel that we can reset, we can bring ourselves towards renewal, that we can have patience and love, health, respect, new beginnings, and growth. These values are shared across cultures and connect us as human beings. Just as the lovely evening that we have before us, the Hefsin table on my right, and also the remembrance table on my left, acknowledging those who have passed and gone before us. And this wonderful tension of having to hold both of these in our minds, in our hearts, and in our spirit is what Nowruz is all about. Events like this help us strengthen understanding, connection, and social cohesion, while our diversity strengthens the social fabric of our nation. We are stronger because we are diverse. We are more resilient because we are diverse. But we also acknowledge, obviously, the weight on many members of our communities, the weight that they are now carrying, even as they are with us this evening. With conflict and instability across parts of the Middle East, including Iran, many in Aotearoa, New Zealand are worried for their loved ones. They are facing uncertainty. These global events have real emotional and security impact here at home in New Zealand. To everyone who feels or are feeling anxious or distressed, we see you and we are here with you as New Zealanders. Please continue to look after one another and know that the Ministry for Ethnic Communities remain committed to listening, supporting and connecting you with accurate information and appropriate services should you need them. We are also proud to have supported this Nowruz celebration through the Ethnic Communities Development Fund. This reflects our ongoing commitment to strengthening social cohesion and supporting communities in New Zealand to celebrate their identity with confidence. As we welcome the new year, I want to offer a call to action for all of us. Let us continue to uphold the values at the heart of Nowruz: hope, renewal, and compassion in how we treat one another. Let us stand together for the rights of every person in New Zealand to live free from fear. This includes our neighbors. This includes people who may have differing opinions from us. This includes people who we may have never said hi to ever before. For every family to be safe, for every community to belong, and for every voice to be heard with dignity and respect. In a world facing uncertainty, we can choose to strengthen unity here at home. We can choose to build New Zealand where our diversity is a source of resilience, understanding, and collective strength. Just as we've seen with our young people, they are worth every penny of that. In that spirit, I wish you all a year filled with hope, renewal, and connection. Sepas Gosa Ram. Hopefully I said that right. It's supposed to mean thank you.
Thank you so much, Belinda. I know your presence here tonight is deeply appreciated, as is all of the work you've done to support ethnic communities in Aotearoa over many, many years. As we've already mentioned, tonight we're gathering not only to celebrate culture, but also to remember and to stand in solidarity. So next we'll have a performance in memory of the lives lost during the protests from January 2026. This performance is offered in solidarity with the brave people of Iran who've stood for dignity, freedom, and human rights. We're going to be joined in a moment by Aida Sajadi, who will present a really heartfelt performance. So I invite you to meet her performance with your full and respectful attention, but see in it also a reflection not only of pain, but also of resilience and of hope. The performance is rooted in the tradition of Sama, which is reimagined for this moment, the dance becoming both the witness and the offering. Whirling is a connection to the divine, and it symbolises the cosmic order, love and oneness. It reflects the great turning of the universe and a reminder that there is harmony beyond chaos. In that motion lives a certainty. Brutality cannot endure. What is violent collapses under its own weight. Cosmic order, in the end, always follows love and justice.
مزد اون بندی در این دریا در این دریا چه ظالم های بسیار است چه ظالم های بسیار است لیکن من نمیدانم که خوردم از دهان بندی در این دریا در این دریا
Thank you, Ida. I feel the rising belief that brutality cannot endure, and that our lights, the lights of those of us who stand for justice, who stand for freedom, cannot be extinguished through tyranny, not ultimately. So thank you for that. I'd now like to invite to the stage the Honourable Dr Megan Woods, Member of Parliament for Wigram. Dr Woods has been a great help in securing the beautiful venue tonight and generously supported the organisers in bringing the event together. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr Megan Woods to the stage.
Kia ora koutou, and welcome everybody, and good evening. I'd like to acknowledge our very young actors who were on the stage, and take a special moment to acknowledge that fantastic video that was put together explaining the significance of where we are tonight. So let's give those kids another round of applause. I'd also like to acknowledge you, Hero. This is the second time that we've gathered here at Parliament to celebrate this important evening, and thank you, Hero, for all your work. I've known Hero for a number of years, and I'm pleased to consider her a friend, and I know how dedicated she is to bringing this together. I'd also like to acknowledge my parliamentary colleagues that are here tonight. I'm not going to start naming them because I know I will miss some, but I think we are all delighted to bring this celebration, that you have brought this celebration here to the People's Place, to Parliament, because I think it is important that we have celebrations from all around the world that fill these rooms here in a space that belongs to us all as New Zealanders. I'd like to acknowledge the special significance of the performances that we've had tonight. I think we all know that I'm not going to stand here and tell the people in this room what Nowruz represents and what it is to celebrate, but I think we all know that coming together to celebrate Nowruz this year carries a special significance, as has been mentioned by many speakers, for the other speakers before me, because over the 3,000 years that it has been celebrated of community, culture and resilience by millions and millions of people across the world, it does speak to that shared human truth. That, and it's been said before tonight, that even after the hardest winters, renewal comes. And I think if the world ever needed that message more than today, I can't think of many times that we need to just remind ourselves of what this table represents. And I do want to acknowledge that for many here tonight, that coming together this year's celebration is also a remembrance, and it will carry mixed emotions for many. The war and the unrest in Iran have brought real pain and worry for families and friends still there. And I think this is beautifully demonstrated by having not only the Hafseen table, but also the table of remembrance, which is, as you lovely identified, that tension of the two tables, I think, speaks to where we are at the moment. So tonight, as we share in the light and the colour of Nowruz, we may also hold in our hearts those who cannot gather so freely, and we can collectively renew our hope for a future of peace and a future of justice. And I want to acknowledge everyone here in the room tonight who makes Aotearoa such a generous and inclusive place to live. And everyone here in this room who brings the beauty and symbolism of Nowruz to New Zealand's national life. As the Hafseen table reminds us with its symbols of renewal, growth and health, this is a time for both personal reflection and for shared solidarity. So to everybody celebrating Nowruz, Nowruz Mubarak, and may this new year bring hope, safety and joy for you and for those they love. Mā mihi nui. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Megan Woods, for your wonderful words. And we appreciate you being here with us tonight. It means a lot to all of us. So our next performance is by a group of young Afghan kids from the ages 10 to 15. And they have worked really hard to prepare this special performance. And tonight they are proud to share it with you. At such a young age, they carry so much confidence, talent, and love for their culture. Through their performance of Zangi Maktab, meaning school bell, they highlight the importance of education, growth, listening to the voices of the younger generation. Especially as we celebrate Nowruz, a time of new beginnings, these girls remind us that they are the future of they are a future full of hope, potential, and bright dreams. So please give them a warm round of applause as they come up to the stage.
Hi, me and our team are going to be singing a song for the Afghan girls who unfortunately can't go to school, so we're very grateful to be here and performing for you guys.
گوش من منتظر صدای زنگ است باز مکتب برویم خنده بر لب برویم خنده بر لب برویم باز مکتب برویم A, B, C, D E, F, G, H I, J, K, L M, N, O, P Q, R, S, T U, V, W X, Y, Z U, V, W X, Y, Z بالاتر از یک دو سه یادت نرم بالاتر از یک دو سه یادت نرم پیو چه و گفوشی یادت نرم پیو چه و گفوشی یادت نرم پیو چه و گفوشی یادت نرم بالاتر از یک دو سه یادت نرم دل من منتظر جرنگ جرنگ است دل من منتظر جرنگ جرنگ است گوش من منتظر صدای زنگ است گوش من منتظر صدای زنگ است باز مکتب برویم خنده بر لب برویم خنده بر لب برویم باز مکتب برویم A, B, C, D E, F, G, H I, J, K, L M, N, O, P Q, R, S, T U, V, W X, Y, Z U, V, W X, Y, Z قلب نویس و ببین گل همیشه قلب نویس و ببین گل همیشه چقدر جالب شبونم شبنم میشه چقدر جالب شبونم شبنم میشه چقدر جالب شبونم شبنم میشه قلب نویس و ببین گل همیشه دل من منتظر جرنگ جرنگ است دل من منتظر جرنگ جرنگ است گوش من منتظر صدای زنگ است گوش من منتظر صدای زنگ است باز مکتب برویم خنده بر لب برویم خنده بر لب برویم باز مکتب برویم A, B, C, D E, F, G, H I, J, K, L M, N, O, P Q, R, S, T U, V, W X, Y, Z U, V, W X, Y, Z مشکو که یادت نرم
So, to just summarize that song, it talks about the importance of school, education. And I think all of us are so fortunate enough to be here today and be where we are because we know many kids back in Afghanistan and so many other countries don't have this opportunity. And I'm so grateful to be here and stand before you. Yeah. And it is really meaningful that this week marks Race Relation Week here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, a time to reflect on unity, inclusion, and respect across cultures. Nowruz itself is a powerful example of how one tradition can connect many nations and communities. It reminds us that our shared humanity is stronger than any difference. In the spirit of unity and connection, we are truly honored to have with us tonight Dr. Melissa Derby, Kaihautū Whakawhanaungatanga-ā-Iwi Race Relations Commissioner. Dr. Melissa Derby currently serving as a Race Relations Commissioner for Te Kaihautū Tangata New Zealand Human Rights Commission. Melissa brings a decade of experience in human rights advocacy. Her previous role was in School of Education at the University of Waikato, where her teaching and research focused on children's early learning and development, Māori education and success, and literacy as a human rights. Her scholarships have been recognized through a range of awards, including the Fulbright Graduate Award. a Royal Commonwealth Award, and 2 awards for the Royal Society of New Zealand. Her published books include a children's book in Te Ao Māori and a co-edited book on a bioculture research framework. In her current role as a race relations commissioner, Melissa is committed to ensuring the rights of all groups in New Zealand are upheld and to promoting harmonious relations through all open dialogue, common connections, and shared values. So please join me in welcoming Ms. Melissa Derby.
Thank you so much for that very detailed introduction and very hard act to follow with that beautiful dance. Thank you so much for sharing it, and you will have heard that I've long championed education as a human right, so I really appreciate those words. Tēnā koutou, Nowruz a Tamperus, Nowruz Mubarak, and good evening everyone. Ko ai tēnei e tuake, he uri tēnei no Tauranga Moana, ko Ngāti Rangi Nui te iwi. Kei te tautoko o ngā mihi kua mihia, kei te mihi, kei te mihi, kei te mihi. It's really my pleasure to be here this evening, and thank you for the opportunity to say a few words on the significant occasion of Nowruz, originally observed, as we've heard already tonight, by the Iranian people, but now marked by a diverse range of communities globally and here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. It really is such a pleasure to be here. And I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge, as others have, our Iranian community and the challenges that you're facing this time, both here, of course, and abroad. And I want to make a commitment to you as Race Relations Commissioner, not just to be here for these wonderful occasions, but to stand by you in the challenging times too. So please know that myself, and along with countless others, are here in solidarity with you. To the organisers of tonight's event, the Welcome Academy Trust, and in particular Hero, who's probably hiding somewhere again. I'm sure you've heard it before in terms of living up to your name, but you've done a wonderful job. There you are. Done a wonderful job, and I just want to congratulate you and others for the hard work on making this happen. As others have said, particularly at such a challenging time. Like others, I'd like to acknowledge all the MPs, diplomats, faith and community leaders and members here this evening, and I too will steer clear of naming anyone for fear of missing somebody out. Opportunities to come together to celebrate events like Nowruz play a really critical role in strengthening cross-cultural understanding and fostering a sense of belonging for everyone in this country. So, so important. Since I started in this role, coming up 18 months ago, I've consistently championed connection, dialogue, and opportunities to come together to celebrate each other as really crucial ingredients in promoting harmonious relations, a sense of belonging for all, and social cohesion. And I want to make it really clear, not where we have to be the same as one another and agree on everything, but quite the opposite, where we can disagree with one another peacefully and respectfully, where we accept and understand our differences while also finding the common ground and the shared values that strengthen connections between us and within communities here in New Zealand. Through occasions like today, where we recognise the importance of cultural diversity and inclusion, we can continue to foster a society where everyone's humanity and their inherent dignity as a human being is recognised. It is in societies like this that peace, unity, and harmony are more likely to prevail. As has been mentioned, this year Nowruz fell on Race Relations Day, which is a flagship project of mine as Race Relations Commissioner in terms of elevating the profile of Race Relations Day to a platform for everybody to celebrate each other. The theme for this year's Race Relations Day is Whakarongo kia marama, listen to understand. And events like tonight's Nowruz celebration, like Race Relations Day, and like many others that the Ministry for Ethnic Communities supports and the other ethnic groups put together in this country to share with others, provide such valuable opportunities to bring people together, to connect and converse with one another, to learn about each other's differences, to hear each other's stories, and to continue to build communities that are grounded in our shared values and our common humanity. As Race Relations Commissioner and in the spirit of today's celebration, as I've said, my ongoing commitment to you is to continue to use my platform to promote unity, messages of unity, betterment, and hope. Let's keep working on the bits of our country that need some work, but also let's cherish the good things we've had and that so many, to be fair, around the world don't have, as has been acknowledged. And let's look after each other as fellow New Zealanders. Thank you to all our communities for the many ways that you contribute to Aotearoa New Zealand. Your presence enriches the social, cultural and civic fabric of our country. I wish you and your loved ones a year filled with renewal, hope and compassion. Happy Nowruz. Kia ora.
Thank you for your beautiful words, and we really appreciate you being here with us tonight. And there's this quote that I really enjoy reading all the time. So it goes, if a man has 10 bad qualities and one good one, look at the one and forget the 10. And if a man has 10 good qualities, 10 bad qualities and one good one, look at the one and forget the 10. And I think it's really important that we all stick together, because in this time with everything that's happening, all the crises around the world and stuff, we New Zealand is such a small country, like no one knows about us. They think we're just a part of Australia. But yeah, I think always just like looking at the good, and no matter how bad someone's done, find that little bit in your heart to look at the good of someone, okay? And now it is my pleasure to invite to the stage Superintendent Rakesh Naidu. Rakesh has worked with diverse communities for more than 30 years. He is currently the National Partnership Manager Ethnics at New Zealand Police. In this role, he has supported the New Zealand Police in becoming a leading agency and responding to and engaging with diverse communities. He has contributed significantly to the police response during some of our nation's most challenging moments, including the Canterbury earthquake in 2011, and supporting the implementation of recommendations of the Royal Commission of Inquiry into the terrorist attack on Christchurch mosques. So please join me in warmly welcoming Superintendent Rakesh Naidu.
Whakatakata hou ki te uru, whakatakata hou ki te tonga. Kia mākina kina ki uta, ki mā taratara ki tai. E hi ake ana te atakura. He tio, he huka, he hohu. Homi e hui e tai ki e. E whare etu nei, tēnā koe. E nā mana whenua o tēnei rohi, kei te mihi, kei te mihi, kei te mihi. E nā mana. E nā reo, e nā rau rangatira e nā karangatanga maha, tēnā koutou, tēnā ra tātou katoa. My first mihi is to ko mātua matu. Wonderful to see you, Matua, rangatira, from the great house of Waifetu Marae. We remember our Te Pai Oranga program at Waifetu, and the rangatira and the totara that was Dr. Karapuka Tapu, and the legacy that he left for our people, and how he continues his long and illustrious career, continues to keep us safe. So we acknowledge you, Matua, and thank you so much for your mihi this evening. Salam and greetings to all our distinguished dignitaries. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, Richard Chambers, my police colleagues around New Zealand, as well as my colleagues that are here in the room tonight, we have Philip Pithieu, we have Weiwei Veron, we have Yumi Nguyen and Rabia. Many of you that would know them very well rather than anybody else. So we all wish you a very blessed Nowruz. Yesterday we started our Race Unity Speech Awards around the country. And it brings together 11 and 13-year-olds to speak their mind on race relations in New Zealand. It's taking place in 15 different regions across the country, and there will be hundreds of young people talking about what they feel is important in their lives in our nation. Last night's inaugural for this year speech took place at Police National Headquarters. And some of you may find that, young people talking about race relations at Police National Headquarters, yes. because it's important that our people feel that they have a place anywhere in our country to express themselves and to anyone. And to do that without fear, without favor, and without looking and thinking that somebody is watching them and judging them. To feel supported, to feel loved, to feel safe, and know that you can do that. Our country is proud for many things. The first country to give women the right to vote, for splitting the atom, for being very successful in many things. But for one thing that we want each and every one of you to know in this room tonight, that you are the sum of the parts that make New Zealand the wonderful place that it is to live. Without you and without everything that individually what you contribute to us, and without the collective efforts that all of you do, we will not be the wonderful country that we are. So on this Nowruz, we are very mindful of the mixed emotions that you have. And from police, we want to reassure you that we stand with you. We want you to be able to express yourselves, and that you should have the trust and the confidence to speak with us and to approach us. In closing, I would like to thank the Welcome Academy for their second celebration here and for giving police the opportunity to invite police to come and speak. We always ask Hero, do we need to speak? Do you want us to speak? And she always is generous in inviting us. So it's not something that we take for granted. And we thank you for that, for giving us the opportunity to wish you, our people of New Zealand, a happy and a blessed Nowruz. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, a tēnā rā tātou katoa.
Thank you, Superintendent Naidu, for your comments this evening, but also for a long, long career of supporting and working alongside diverse communities across Aotearoa New Zealand. And thank you, and we'd like to acknowledge your other colleagues from the New Zealand Police who are here. The attendance of your people from the New Zealand Police reflects to the communities here the importance of partnership, trust, and ongoing engagement with our communities. So next, I'm really delighted to invite to the stage Daniel Subsey. Daniel Subsey is going to come and play the sitar for us this evening. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Danielle, for that beautiful performance. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our final speaker of the evening, Pancha Narayanan. Pancha, well, I'm sure I don't need to introduce him to many of you, but he was born in Malaysia and has proudly called New Zealand home for more than 30 years. He's the current president, national president of Multicultural New Zealand, and his passion and his commitment have long been focused on achieving better settlement outcomes for migrants and strengthening the voice of multicultural communities across Aotearoa. Pancha's impact on our country is very wide and deep, and he's paving the way toward a Te Tiriti-based multicultural Aotearoa, well known and well respected by leaders across the motu for his dedication and leadership. Please join me in warmly welcoming Pancha to the stage.
Thank you. E ngā iwi, e ngā reo, e ngā karanga maha, e mihi atu nei kia koutou katoa. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Greetings all, acknowledging all the dignitaries who are here, parliamentarians who are here, and the various community leaders who are here, the leaders from multicultural councils who are here, and also the people with Persian heritage who are here. Saying, welcome. And this is your home as well. And thank you for being here. Sometimes you write a speech and you say, and then you look at the spirit and then you say, speeches aside. I have the liberty as a community member to take that opportunity. Nowruz Mubarak. Greetings. Nowruz Mubarak has three things for me, right? One, the color that we saw here today. They were so colorful. In one instance, I forgot to take a picture. Mesmerized by the color. The other is the heritage, the rich heritage that the people of that region bring. We saw that in the halwa earlier, right? And I could map the journey of the halwa. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not a historian, but I'm pretty sure that the halwa traveled from Persia all the way down to South India, right? It has different flavors, the basic same ingredients, right? That connects us. So, Nowruz Mubarak. Thank you. It's a somber occasion, right? It's a time when we celebrate, it's time of spring. But there are times when we also remember the people who have lost their lives, right? And today is one occasion like that, right? I remember something that I learned when I was at school. It's a funny proverb, but how real is it, right? Dalam hutan, ya, bila gajah sama gajah lawan, what's next? Pelanduk mati di tengah. In the jungle, when the elephants fight, the thing that dies is the mouse deer. The people who suffer are the little ones, right? But I also remember what Mahatma Gandhi said, that when tyrants think they are infallible, there's never been a tyrant that hasn't fallen, right? And when we talk about renewal, let us also think about, you can kill human beings, but you can never kill humanity. Humanity lives forever, right? So this too will come to pass. Let us hold strong, and let this new year allow us to come together as one country to say to the tyrants, to the elephants, we as mouse deers, we will stand and we will not fall, right? Whatever you do. And that is resilience. New Zealand is a very resilient country, right? We are, because of our diversity, right? We are small enough that we have to come together, right? When things happen in the family, right? The first people who come to our help or come together aren't our relatives in our homelands, it's our neighbors, right? They are our first relatives, right? And therein lies our resilience as a nation, right? And I'd like to say thank you to the communities, particularly from that part of the world where there's a lot of unrest. Thank you for your calmness. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your enlightening words that keeps us moving and also creating opportunities for others. I always say, as a community person, I always ask three questions. What can I do? What can community groups do? What can government do? What can I do? On every occasion, wherever I am, I can say, government, or to the agencies that I work with, please think about the multicultural communities in New Zealand. Look at what's happening at the moment. Look at what your priorities, and look at how you can reprioritize. In my role, I can invite all of you all in your community groups to become a member of a multicultural council. Increase its diversity. Lend your voices to those councils and benefit from being a member, right? And if there are any gates or any barriers, I'm happy to help get over those hurdles. What can we do as a community group? As community groups, we can stay together. We can look at other groups and say to us, ourselves, and to others, Let's remain calm. Let's work together, right? There are times when I've been in meetings when, maybe I can say that, when I'm in a meeting, somebody from one country doesn't want to participate because there's someone from another country that they don't like. Sometimes their own people in their own country that they won't participate because the other group is participating. This is New Zealand. This is New Zealand, right? We live together. Therefore, let issues in the homeland be issues in the homeland. Let's not bring it along and make it difficult for ourselves here. And what government can do, Megan has just left. That's all right. But what the other parliamentarians here, what government can do, we did that when there was the Ukraine-Russia war. We did it when there was unrest in Afghanistan. Let's do it when there's this unrest in the Middle East. Make visas for family members easier to come into the country. That is one, right? What government can do is to not reduce the funding that is available to community groups. Because when something happens, we as a nation say that we are one of the most diverse countries in the world. But there's another meaning to it. When there's something that happens in our homeland, it resonates here. And people become unsettled, right? And the funds need to be in the community so that there is the infrastructure, that there is the ability, the capacity and capability, right, within the communities to remain calm and to be cohesive. Finally, I'd just like to close by saying Multicultural New Zealand. We are so privileged. We are so privileged to have a hero as our General Secretary. Right? She's an amazing individual, right? Putting all of this together along with dealing with the community issues in our own community, right? It's not easy, right? I'd like to say thank you, Hero, right? It's special, right? And to all that worked with Hero to put this together, what an amazing job, right? Right. The colors from that part of the world mesmerizes me, tell you, right? And I'd like to say thank you. And Multicultural New Zealand is behind this as well. So well done. Happy New Year. Nowruz Mubarak.
We would like to thank you, Panchanarayan, for your wonderful words. Thank you for being with us here today and sharing such meaningful words that will definitely be something that we will all keep with us moving forward. In the same spirit of solidarity and shared commitment to justice and community, I would also like to acknowledge and thank the Crow Feet Dance Collective, a New Zealand-based group for mature performers directed by Jan Balwell, for their solidarity and support. Their dance performance on 21st and 22nd of Feb in Wellington, Women, Life and Freedom, highlighted the struggle for women's rights and freedoms for the Irani people. Can I please invite the members of the Crow Feet Dance Collective to come forward to the stage, please? And I would also like to welcome Ida to present them a small token of appreciation. Where is she?
Tēnā koutou katoa. My name is Jan Bolwell and I'm the director of the Crow's Feet Dance Collective. We're a group of, as you can see, older women, and we dance. And we've had the great honour of dancing to some of the protest songs that have been wonderful protest songs that have been written and performed by Iranian artists over the past few years. In February, we performed Woman, Life, Freedom out in the Oddlands Plaza. And that was an amazing experience for us. Added to that was the presence of Hoda and Bahare from the Iranian Solidarity Group, who performed alongside us. And I think my fellow Crows would agree that it was a wonderful occasion for us to be out there. And it's made me, I know this Nowruz is a time of reflection, and I've been reflecting on the power of the arts when it comes to expressing social and political issues. And I think we had a rich experience by doing this work. And I personally, I kept thinking, why are we drawn, or why am I drawn to be doing this sort of work? So I want to share with you just a brief history. My dance teacher was Shona Dunlop McTavish, a New Zealander. As a young woman, she studied dance in Austria in the 1930s. When the Anschluss happened and Hitler came in and took over Austria, Shona was instrumental in getting her dance teacher, Gertrude Bodenwieser, who was an Austrian Jew, out of the country. She managed to get her to South America, then ultimately to New Zealand and Australia. Bodenwieser spent the rest of her life as a dance teacher in Australia. Shona married a Canadian missionary, and they ended up in communist China. She fled China with her husband to Taiwan, and then on to Africa, where they confronted apartheid. Shona's husband tragically died, and she returned to New Zealand with her 3 small children. As a young teenager, I started to learn modern and contemporary dance from Shona. And because of those experiences in her life, we danced about apartheid, we danced about equity issues. Shona was a pioneer in what we called liturgical dance. We danced in churches. And we danced about the social and political issues as young people, not just in New Zealand, but what was happening in the world. And I guess I've been reflecting on that since that we've been part of this work, Woman, Life, Freedom, just thinking hard about, we think as artists, what can we do? Our last speaker said, what can we do? Well, we can do things, and we can put it out there, and we can dance, and we can write, and we can sing about the issues that affect us all in this world. No more so than now, of course, when we look at the tragedy unfolding in Iran. So it's with immense gratitude that I want to acknowledge Ida and the group for allowing us to be able to be part of this movement, and to be able to express ourselves in our particular way in dance. So, and it's been a great honour for us to be here tonight, so thank you for the invitation, and I wish you well with this new year. Thank you.
Okay. We're nearly at that time where our evening is coming to a close. But before I pass the microphone to their matu to close our evening with a karakia, I would like to warmly welcome all of you to spend some time at the Nowruz display table or the remembrance set up there on my left, your right. Okay. And please feel free to enjoy some halwa, a traditional Irani pudding, as well as our dates, both are part of our cultures and our tradition. As we remember to honor our loved ones who are no longer with us, I would like to give a special thank you to Ilham, Ili, Marjan, Huda, and Asma for their help with both the setups. These spaces were created with deep intention to honor memory and to hold space for reflection and to remind us of both loss and resilience. So please feel free to engage with the displays, take photos, and share stories with them. As we leave tonight, may we carry a message of hope, hope for peace where there is conflict, dignity where there is hardship, and freedom where there is still being sought. A very special, thankful, and heartfelt thank you to the Amnesty International Irani Solidarity Group, New Zealand, the Irani Cultural Society of Wellington, and our wonderful volunteers. Your contribution, time, care, and quiet dedication made this evening possible. We truly could not have done this without you. And to those who traveled across Aotearoa, New Zealand to be here with us tonight, thank you. And I'd also like to once again acknowledge and thank Dr. Hero for the Welcome Trust Academy for bringing us all together for this meaningful Nowruz. So let's give her a round of applause, please. And this passion that she has, and for her to follow through with her plan and having us all here tonight. So once again, happy Nowruz to you all. And while there's the beautiful setups, please feel free to have some refreshments and connect with one another, some social. And now it is my honor to invite Matu to close our evening with a karakia.
Before the karakia, I'm a Māori, I gotta say something. It's just awesome, the sharing of the culture. As a Māori, I listen with my ears and see with my eyes, and I hear in that seven sisters, the seven S's. And I think to myself, o matariki tupu anu ku tupu arangi wai ti wai tā, wai puna arangi uru rangi. And I see the two tables, and I see pohutukawa and hiwa i te rangi. The purposes are exactly the same. Exactly the same. And so I say hello to the people from across the other side of the world, land people, the people of the sun, and I welcome you to this side of the world, to the people of the sea, to the people of the moon. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Unhia tūri tapunui a tū tuenuini tū wana whakawātea kia wātea, whakamāmā kia māmā hau. Rire hau, pai mārire. Peace be with all us. Tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa.
Thank you.